What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It has been a minute. I have a cab light out. I need to fix that. I hope everybody can see me fine. Well, today is going to be kind of a little different style of video, I guess. Some of you may notice I've kind of taken a step back from YouTube. Not because it's been too much, but kind of because I've had a lot of things going on in my life right now, and that was just one more thing added to the top that I just didn't need right now. I haven't done a whole lot of work on the car either. I've just been kind of trying to take care of some personal issues. And that's where we start today off. One of the personal issues is I've gotten fat. I've gotten really fat. And we were driving at 6 o'clock in the morning to the gym. Because I got tired of waking up and looking in the mirror and just not being happy with myself. So we're gonna go do something about that. So far I've been going pretty consistently since, like 3 weeks ago? I don't really have any plans of stopping. I just want to lose some weight. That's number one. One of the second things that I've had going on is I mentioned in a couple videos ago, I would say probably about three or four videos ago, that I got out of the military. I didn't get out of the military because I necessarily wanted to. I kind of got forced out of the military because of a medical issue that I have going on. And that issue makes it pretty difficult to work on cars. So, I kind of just took a step back, trying to let my body heal, do a bunch of other remedies to see if I can feel better. Nothing's really working right now, so we're just kind of gonna let it ride, do what we have to do. But with everything that's been going on, I want to make today just a little different of a video. Just a little day in the life vlog here. The amount of progress that we've made on the car is substantial. We have the engine back together. It is back in the car. The only thing that we have to do, cooling system and a tune, and that's realistically all that we have to do. So the plan with this build from the beginning was to go speed density, tune it on speed density, and then from there run E85. But for the 06 to 07 WRX, I can't find an ethanol sensor unless it's from this company called Penguin Tech Racing. But I'm hoping here in the near future, because they're rolling back all the EPA stuff, that a lot of these companies will go ahead and start remanufacturing a bunch of that non-California shit. So once we see what happens with the EPA getting rolled back, and then hopefully companies start producing more, from there then we can get all of our other stuff in order. But we have almost everything that we need to be done. And when it comes to everything else that I'm trying to get done with this car, Number one, obviously, make power. Get the engine back together, get it running, because there's no point in doing body work if the car does not run. So once we get this car running fully, I think we're going to do a full panel body work, make everything, you know, as perfect as it can be. And I'm stuck between, do we wrap the car or do we paint the car? When it comes to doing that type of work, I want to do it myself. So obviously starting out with wrapping would be the easiest answer. But I think painting the car would make it look the best. I don't know. You guys let me know what you think I should do, if I should either paint the car or wrap the car. And drop some color ideas down below, because I'm kind of torn. There's a lot of cool colors out there, but there hasn't been one that's jumped out to me that tells me that it's the one. But we're about to pull up to the gym, and once we're done with the gym, we're going to make some solid progress on the car. So I'm going to hop in here into the gym. I'm going to try to become unfat. Once I do that for today, I'll meet you guys back at the shop. Alright, a couple hours later, we're done. Well, now that we got that out of the way, let's head back to the shop so we can get some freaking work done. What a beautiful Florida morning through a super disgusting window. If anybody's wondering, that's where I go. You can't beat a Florida morning looking like that. The only thing that's not so great is it's already 79 degrees outside, and it's only going to get hotter from here. So, let's get moving. Alrighty, we are back now at the house. We got a couple goodies to install, and these are pretty much the last two big pieces that are needed for this build. And then we're going to be moving on to pretty much the first start once we have all this done. So one last thing we need to get in, there's one last thing we need to get installed, and that's going to get installed next video. And then from there, it's first start time. So got a couple boxes here, one there. This little one's going to be the first one that we're going to open, and it's really going to be the most important piece to this build. So small, but so important. This right here is going to be our turbo feed line. It is switching from the factory hard line to a Force Performance braided line, and it's going to be using AN fittings instead of bolt to the block and banjo bolts. So this guy is going to be a big upgrade because these FP Green turbos that we're running, they really like oil. The factory banjo bolt for that turbo is very restrictive, and this guy is just kind of an open flow, as you can see right there. So let's get this guy torn open, and we're going to install this, and then we have to move to the big Killer Bee box. Now that we got that AN fitting on the turbo, this is the line that's going to go down from the block to the turbo, so that we no longer have to worry about the factory hardline splitting or bending it or whatever, because with the wastegate block off, the factory hardline would not fit underneath or over. So we had to go by this guy. And if you're interested in this, I'll link this part down in the description box below. Well, it's from FP, same people that made the turbo, so they know what they're doing. This piece here, the bigger piece, is what's going to thread into the block, and then our line, this side, will fit onto this here. We'll be good to go. So let's go get this guy fitted onto the block. This guy here, and then we'll bring the turbo over, remount the turbo. It'll be game on. Okay, now, well, we got the turbo on, wastegate plumbed, and we got our oil feed line ready to go. So we're going to take this line, and he's going to go right here. Alrighty, now that we've got that turbo feed line installed, and that's a pain, let me just tell you, make sure you have some time carved out to do that. If you're going to do that, it's not fun. But we got it done, and now onto the fun stuff. We have, in this box, a Killer Bee hard inlet. For this car. It does come with all your fittings, as well as the coupler for this FP Green. Killer Bee does state that this guy can be installed without taking the intake manifold off. But just in case, I didn't plug everything back in on the wiring harness, so we're going to see if we can make this work. We're going to throw some thread sealant on all these guys. Then we're going to get this bad boy installed. The only reason I'm running this particular one is, number one, more boost equals more vacuum. And when you're pulling more vacuum, those silicone couplers can collapse, causing you to have no air. You go super rich, hydrolock your motor. No fun. So we're going to run this guy. So there's no chance of that happening. And also for its longevity as well. Alright, so one thing I didn't notice on this turbo, it's on me, I didn't measure. This guy is supposed to be the inlet coupler that attaches to the Killer Bee turbo inlet pipe, the aluminum one. This is 3-inch, and my turbo compressor cover is 84 millimeters. I didn't know that that's the one I got, mainly because I didn't measure when I got it. So I need to wait for a turbo inlet coupler piece from 3-inch to 84 millimeter to come in so that it'll fit this turbo. I was fighting this and it just wasn't fitting, so I actually measured a little bit and found out I was wrong. So from here, we're kind of at a standstill now until this other part comes in. We're going to keep trucking. There's a few things that we can get done tomorrow on this. Finish up the fuel system, run the vacuum references for everything, and then we should be able to get this turbo inlet on, get all the crankcase ventilation, PCV, everything kind of buttoned up into the turbo inlet, and then from there, it's accessories, and then fluids, and then it's first start time. So I'm going to wrap up this video right here. Sucks that this is the single piece that's holding us up. I wasn't able to find one locally, so I do have to order one in. It shouldn't take more than a couple days to get it here, so we can keep trucking on some other things while we wait on that. But next video is going to be a fun one, so stay tuned. I appreciate every single one of you. I'll catch you guys in the next video. See ya.